Hi. Yeah, in second quest, there's walls you have to bump into, and then it lets you walk through them. And there's also walls where you have to. Ooh, this is a-cho footage and not East versus West footage. There's also walls you have to bomb. Earthbound, no. I've only played Earthbound one time, and I've never played Mother, Mother 1 or 3. Ow. I watched a lot of Third Strike today, but I'm not done, baby. Got 30 more minutes of a-cho footage. If there was a crack in the wall for bombable walls, it would be much better. If you had shoulder buttons, or even just 2 additional buttons, that you could cycle through your items without opening your menu, it would be much better. Low key, that's one of the best things X did compared to Mega Man. Giving you shoulder buttons to cycle through your weapons instead of having to open the menu to change weapons is actually one of the biggest gameplay improvements, if not the biggest. I don't think Select does that. I was just thinking that it wasn't a feature. But maybe it was a feature. I was trying to think of like where you could put it, and I was like Select. But I don't remember what it does. I don't remember what Select does. It might not do anything. It's really easy to look at an old as fuck game and say, like, this is what they should have done. 31 years. Those stomps are reckless. They're not punishable, but Chun-Li's in a bad position after a successful or blocked stomp. Dudley can anti-air with, say, staying strong into a ducking, and even if it's parried, she's got to deal with like a cross-up super. Nice. This is big damage. Maybe kill. Chun-Li, not so much health. Big damage. I always thought it'd be kind of fun to play Zelda 1. Like, just hack in every single item in the game right when you start, and then just play through it with every item. You don't get time to enjoy a lot of the upgrades. Like, you get the wand too late. You get the rings too late. I guess you can get the blue ring really early. If you know what you're doing, you can get the blue ring before you enter the first dungeon. Grind a little bit, get the candle. Get both 100 rupee drops. I wouldn't do it every playthrough, but I kind of feel like I'd enjoy it one playthrough. There it was. Stand Strong EXDP. I talked about that last Third Strike viewing. I was like, they should do this. The secret color Yang. He has red Rekkas. Do not even tell me that's not cool. That is extremely cool. They're like a very red, white, pink Rekkas. Chun-Li only combo? Well, it's not Chun-Li only. It's certain characters. It's like 3. It's 4. It's women. It might be more than just women. You might be able to do it on like Q and shit. But an easy way to remember it is that it's all the girls. Because you can do it on Makoto, you can do it on Elena, I think, and you can do it on Chun-Li. I don't know about Ibuki. Probably Ibuki too. Chun-Li and Elena have pretty similar hitboxes on the ground. but midair, I think Elena's wider, but midair, they're completely different. I don't want to play a game just because it's bad. Well, I do, but not an NES game. That might be too bad. If it's like PS1 or later, I feel like I can handle the level of badness. I need my broken mess to have a semblance of assets. I'm gonna do a cooking with Beth tomorrow. Everyone get hype. Dizzy. Show that bitch the business. It is going to be hummus crusted chicken. I was gonna make my own hummus, but then I looked up how to make hummus and it was kind of a bitch. So I was just like, fuck it. I don't have a food processor. I don't want to manually grind fucking chickpeas into a puree. That's too high. He missed a hit. He missed the good hit. That would have killed. Oh my, what a fucking mess. Of all the shitty punishes I've seen in my days, that was a shitty punish. Around EP wasn't even a good idea. Even if he did it right. He was probably trying to get Stand Strong into a medium DP and overbuffered his motion. Stand Strong medium DP super. You might be able to do Stand Fierce medium DP super on Dudley. I don't remember. Some characters he has to do strong, and medium super, other characters he can do fierce. Fierce does more damage, strong is more consistent. Ken actually needs to know hella combos depending on who he's fighting, which is kind of annoying. That needs to be EX. My work sells mini personal heaters. I've never used one. You can get like a little tiny ceramic heater. He went for the baby combo, but there was no reason to do another combo in this screen position. I don't know if he could have done the double uppercut there. I played games that shoved probability in a really annoying way. Dakapon's like that. I always hated Dakapon. It's like a standard little JRPG adventure, but the combat is based on rock, paper, scissors. So you'll only ever be correct in the combat 1 out of 3 times, which is extremely frustrating and not fun. This matchup is neat. Huh? Did I just see that? What fucking bizarre thing just happened here? I have never ever seen that do that. Was it because it was crouching? Was it because of the pushback of back hard punch? I didn't know that super could fall out like that. First, like, few hits, but he gets pushed out, and then all of a sudden he's blocking. What the actual fuck was that? Crouch medium kick hits crouching opponents and leads to super, and it goes from farther than where I thought he was. That was some weird jank shit, dude. I think Ken has all the same herboxes as Ryu, so that should happen for both Shotos. I have zero explanation for why that just happened. No, I ain't gonna lab that. I don't lab anything in this game. I could easily recreate that scenario. My guess is that it had something to do with him crouching and the fact that Chun-Li used back fierce or cancel rather than like low forward, that it causes a different reel. And the crouching plus back fierce reel pushed him out. And also because it was kind of far away. I know about Zelda Classic. Zelda Classic is it's like a thing that it's a thing that lets you make your own Zelda levels in the Zelda 1 engine. And also I think they host a whole bunch of custom-made Zelda levels that other people have made. And when I say Zelda levels, I mean dungeons, but also I mean entire, like, you know, games. Entire new Zeldas, ROM hacks. Zelda Classic is also a really nice little app to let you play Zelda. It's got a lot of quality of life stuff. Like, it gives you more buttons so you can shift between your items without opening the menu. It gives you a map button, I think. It gives you, like, some dip switches so you can, like, turn off the beeping when you're low health. It's just all the ROM hack resources for Zelda 1. Also, they add a few new items to the engine. I mentioned one, the reflective shield, which bounces back Wizrobe magic at them. That doesn't actually exist in the original Zelda. There's others too. Bouncy shit 12 was doing? What about? Should I rewind just to see? Oh, when he won. Oh, it's just tapping down. That was him rapidly crouching. I do that when I win shit. Every day I wake up and remember that I'm not a 12 main. Interesting juggle. Every juggle is a free juggle state of sorts in this game. In Street Fighter 4 and 5, it matters a lot what you're juggling into. In this game, it matters a lot what you're juggling out of. The thing that matters is your launcher. Twin launcher is, I think, JP3. So you can do 2 of them in a row, but you can't do any more. Maybe like corner the opponent, you can only do like 2 close medium kicks. You can juggle into anything else. You can juggle into literally anything. You can juggle into Yang Super 1. I think it hits kind of shitty. You can juggle into Yang Super 2. You can juggle into all his normals. Most of his special moves, including Rekkas, including Uppercut. You can juggle into all of Yun's specials that hit in time. Juggle into all of Yun's supers, I think. Although the stand medium kick into Super 1 is kind of hard to hit, and the stand medium kick into Super 2 is very unrewarding. Odd looking combo right there. The stomp into jump light punch. Remy will be someday or never. Not that many people pick Remy. He's not a super popular character in this game. He's probably like the third or fourth most common. I mean, least common. There's actually an extremely large number of Qs and Hugos despite their low tier. There are very few 12s, although there's been a recent resurgence of them. There are very fucking few Seans, basically none. There are very few Elenas, there are very few Remys. All the other characters see a decent amount of play. It's pretty few Oros. There aren't that many Ibukis. There's probably more Oros than Ibukis nowadays. Used to be less. Most played characters are just Shotos, as you would expect. Probably Ken, then Ryu, then Akuma. Huh. Send hard punch into hard Justo into... Ooh. Super would have been a lot better than Stand Fierce into EX Justo. Chun is actually not super common in this game. She's common in tournament footage, but there aren't actually that many Chun mains. Twins are a little common, but not extraordinarily. I guess those characters are more common than a lot of other characters. There's a decent number of Makotos. Decent number of Dudleys. Decent number of Urians. It mostly just goes down the tier list. A lot of people don't like Chun. There's kind of like a stigma against Chun. No, that's a big part of it. The thing is, the only people who still play this game play it because they like it. And the people who like this game usually don't like Chun-Li, because Chun-Li kind of destroys the good parts of this game. There's no way to confirm into a chop, and there's no way to confirm a chop into super. So every time you see chop into super, it's a prayer. I feel like a lot of would-be Remy players just play Urian. Chun is not only the best character in the game, but she's also very brainless. She doesn't really need to use a lot of the game's systems or a lot of the game's I don't want to say formula. She doesn't really need to play the game to win. Like, this is kind of a rushdown based like, she doesn't really need to worry about, wow, this Tyrant Slaughter. She doesn't really need to worry about parrying that much. She doesn't need to worry, wow. How about that? Whiff headbutt, mesh super. The opponent take the throw. Congrats. You're the best. You're in. Chun-Li doesn't need to worry about that much about parrying. She doesn't really need to worry that much about the opponent's parry. She doesn't need to, like, do, like, that many links and stuff. She doesn't really need to do, like, normal special super at all. She's very easy to play. And there's I shouldn't say there's very little depth to her, but the depth there is to her is very obnoxious. Everything Chun-Li has is either extremely easy or ultra hard. Like, once you've learned Kara Throw, and once you've learned low forward confirm into super, you've learned about 95% of what makes Chun-Li good. But the remaining 5% is extremely awful. Stuff like crouch jab super after like a parry or something like that. or empty cancel crouch jab into super, or like fucking buffering legs, or like weird shit like that. But once you've got like the very basics of her, stand roundhouse into super and back fierce into fireball into super, once you've got those very basics, you're already better than like 90% of the people who play this game. People who've been playing the game for longer. For the first like year this game came out, it was just Chun, 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 and no other character could hang at all. For the first couple years. And very slowly other characters have become somewhat functional against Chun. Evo Moment 37 was a really big deal because Chun-Li was really stupid at the time. And it was seen to be like, you know, you can't really beat this character because everything she has is just a way better version of other stuff that other characters have. So when Daigo did the Evo Moment, what he was really saying is, you know, well, not what he was really saying, but one of the really big things that made that a huge deal for everyone in the room was that Chun-Li's super was really unusually hard to parry compared to most supers. So it was like, you know, why pick someone else where you had a super parry that could easily be, I mean a super chip that could easily be parried, when you could pick Chun-Li and have an impossible to parry super. And then Daigo was that guy who was just like, hey, you can actually learn to parry the super in a real match. That was one of the really big reasons it was significant. That probably would have chipped out, to be honest. Yang had to go for a red there. It's not enough that Chun-Li's good, because Yun is good too. It's that Chun-Li is good and she's easy. She's also good in a really obnoxious way. She's good because she shuts down a lot of characters, including especially low tiers. So she invalidates a lot of the cast. Like, a lot of characters would be kind of functional if not for Chun-Li. Like Oro. Like Alex. Like Hugo. Like 12. 12 probably still wouldn't be functional without Chun-Li, but it would help him a lot if she didn't exist. That was a good buffer. Parry into anti-air stand hard kick, buffer 4 more legs. Anyway, the point is most people don't like what Chun-Li contributes to the game. So there aren't that many Chun-Li players, despite the fact that she's quite good. Wow. The anti-air super. Haven't seen that in years. Nothing really prevents Ibuki from competing at all. Ibuki has a tool set that works pretty much evenly on each character, and she's got good options to prevent her from really being counterpicked. She's honestly like smack dab in the middle of the tier list, and she's got near 5/5s against everyone. She loses just a little bit to Chun-Li, and she just a little bit beats the bottom tiers. And otherwise, she's just like pretty fair. No one has any problems with Ibuki, but she's not super common because she's technical and not super rewarding. If you're going to play a technical character, you might as well play a technical character that's like top tier when unlocked, like Yun. It's not like Yun and Ibuki feel super different either. The thing that she lost in Second Impact that really like cut her down a little bit was she had a really, really stupid super that it was unusually fast and unusually damaging. You could stock 2 of it at once. It had a meter about as long as 12's Super 1 here. What are the difference between the twins? You mean in general? What the fuck? That super is so shit. That super is beyond shit. That's one of the worst supers in the whole game. I don't know why the hell has Chun-Li picked that. Probably for dank memes. You mean the difference between the twins, like, between Second Impact and now? Oh, but Ibuki had a super that went about half screen in, like, 2 frames. And it led to, like, a 50% combo, and she could hold 2 of them at once. It didn't lead to a 50% combo. The full combos would do about 50%. Landing a raw super would do like 30. Raw super into follow up, which is still uncomfortably high. But it was really far, and it was really fast. So, like, if you tech the throw against Ibuki, if she threw first and you teched, you'd be like -2, and her super would catch you, because her super would go enough distance to, like, hit you before you recovered from teching the throw. I don't remember if that was New Generation or Second Impact. I don't remember if it was in both. But that was the thing. Ibuki can punish a throw tech with super. That's how fast it was. You could land it from a lot of shit. They have Yan and Yang have completely different supers, and they've got like 3 special moves that aren't shared each, and then like 2 shared special moves each. Yang has a teleport that lets him approach. He's got a rolling uppercut that's kind of good in juggles, and he's got Rekkas, which is one of the best specials in the game. Yan has a dash punch, which gives him a good full screen presence, but it's really unsafe. He's got a shoulder, which is safe and lets him pass under fireballs and get chip and confirms. And then he's got up kicks, which are a little bit harder to parry than the roll, maybe. And more functional as a reversal. But they've got kind of a different hitbox, and they don't travel on the ground at all. So he can't really use them to answer fireballs. But he's got the shoulder instead. But no one really uses anti-fireball tools in this game. That's not really a thing. Because no one really uses fireballs in this game. Like, Aura Stomp technically punishes fireballs, but I would never dream of using it like that. It's hard to imagine what they planned Stomp to do. It probably was planned as a fireball punish move. Its like intended function is almost impossible to picture. They both have the command grab, they both have a palm. The palm is slightly different between them. Yang's goes really far and Yun's doesn't go very far at all. Going far is a blessing and a curse with the palm. Yun's is much harder to... Because it doesn't go very far, it's hard to parry. Like, it probably won't hit you. So if you hit a button, you'll hit a button and move into the hitbox of the palm. And then you'll get hit because the palm has a super good hitbox with super good priority. Oh no, confirm. But if the opponent doesn't hit a button, it doesn't do any chip to them or anything like that. Yun's is safer against parries, but it like lacks range. Yun's might be slower too, actually. Yang's tend to palm more than Yun's do, but neither of them palm very much. Unlike Street Fighter 4, there's no EX palm in this game. The palm fake is done with down back 2 punches and EX command. There's also no EX command grab. In this game, there was no strong need to make an EX of every single special move. They still did make an EX of almost every special move. But for stuff like grabs, there's usually no EX. And certain other specials have no EX. Aura doesn't have an EX command grab. Hit grab. It'd be kind of good if he did. I'd use it occasionally. It was just like Q's EX slappy hands, where it just did extra damage and that was all. Hugo doesn't have any EX SPD. Far away, jump in, walk in, throw. Classic. Whiff universal overhead, low short, cancel straight to super, no confirms. This Urian plays like a hero. He's not really using the good uses of Super 1. Super 1 gives you a lot of stuff you don't normally have. That was a punishable tackle. Suddenly didn't want to burn the super. I think she can punish without a super. But she didn't want to burn the super given the health. Whoa! No punish. That's really unsafe to whiff. That was pretty cool. That's something Urian can't normally do. That's a really big thing that he gets from Super 1. Urian can't really parry and then go to a super. That's not really a thing. He can parry and go to low fierce, and he can do low fierce combos to mirror occasionally. But if you parry a poke or something in neutral, you don't really have a follow-up as Urian. Nice. Like if you parry in neutral and you're kind of far away, you generally just get like low forward or like stand forward or something like that. Like you're not super rewarded. Stand fierce. But if you're running super 1 Yuri and you can parry and then go into like super. Um, all of Yan's supers are better than Yang's best super. But Yang has his own version of Gane. Yan makes his cancels really fast and makes the startup of his moves and the recovery of his moves really fast. Yang's gives him Shadow Cleanse that follow him around and do extra hits, which enables new links and unblockables. Yang's has a slightly shorter meter, I think. The super actually does good damage. Being able to store 2 of them is pretty nice as well. Huh? This is the super that makes it so she can't block. So she has to parry, but she does like a bunch of extra damage. The super is actually arguably worse than normal Makoto. I haven't seen Tanden Renki in a minute. Most Yangs don't even worry about his supers that much. Most Yangs just use EX because Yang's EX Rekka is one of the best special moves in the whole game, if not the best. It's absolutely crazy. It's got super fast startup, combos from anything, really high damage, really high dizzy, pretty safe. Also extremely hard to parry. Or more accurately, you can fuck with the parry timing. Dude, there's a fucking Tanden Renki Makoto. This is a lot of damage. Tanden Renki's so whack. That's pretty powerful, actually. Nice. Let's thank the sound designer of this game, Yoshinori Ono, for the excellent sound design. Nice. He got a really far away DP, so there's no juggle. What an odd super confirm. In any context where you can do load short, low jab, you can do low short, low short. And low short is a double low. And they do the same damage, I think. Doing low short, low jab is like the same exact thing, but worse. I don't actually know. I'm not even 100% sure it was Yoshinori Ono to be the sound designer. I just know he was on the sound team of this game. And he went on to make Street Fighter 4. I miss how transparent the design was in Street Fighter 4. I miss Yoshinori Ono and all the stupid shit that he would do. Now, like, we're getting nothing from the developers, and it's probably a good thing because I don't even know what the hell they're doing. There needs to be so much more communication between the developers and the players. I don't understand the difference between ducking straight and ducking upper in that context. Sometimes I see Dudleys do one, sometimes I see them do the other. That third hit didn't combo. Just chipped him out. Neat. Some Dudleys like the anti-air with the medium kick, hard punch, TC, like we just saw. Nice confirm. These two are playing pretty high level. That can be kind of tricky. Depending on when Ken jumps and when he hits the button, he can either cross up or not. But it's usually pretty seeable. At least when he jumps, it's pretty seeable. If it is the cross up, it's got him? Didn't get him. If it is the cross up, you can't easily parry it. It's usually best to just watch it and see if you can get the parry. Nice. That's the correct thing to do. If Ken's throwing out them overheads. Still, they played well and he got pretty rewarded. Oh shit, it ended. Who are these two? Who are these two? What's going on? Yeah, Rose's theme is actually my favorite Street Fighter song. Don't get guard broken. Oh no! Vism guard bar is so short. Ryu does so much guard damage. This match is already over. This is such a hard comeback to make all of a sudden. That short guard meter is so bad. That's a good button. Rose low strong. Oh my god, where'd that guard bar go? This is over, dude. This is over. That guard meter is too short. Ryu can just make her block like fucking any jump in into any sweep and she guard breaks and then he gets a guaranteed punish. The only thing she can do is just not block and eat the sweep, which is equally shit. Surprised he activated. Oh, Ryu's... Oh my god, crouch cancel infinite. Oh, dropped it. This could go either way all of a sudden. This is over. Good shit. That got really hairy. I don't like Ryu's activate at all. So as fuck. Whiffing throws builds meter. This game, that's like everyone's opinion. This game is phenomenal even though it's extremely jank. That's like the same opinion as Marvel 2. But this game is less jank than Marvel 2. Nice. Nice little combo. Shyamanos, Stand Fierce, Drill. Rose is cool in this game. You don't see her that often. Soul's fuck. CBS2 is also an extremely good, extremely jank game. This game is really old, and it's easy to forget how old it is. For example, there's no dashing in this game. There's exactly one dash, and it's Nash's forward dash. They really went crazy with the juggle system in this game compared to Alpha 2, I think. And also the grooves. Ryu is really scary when he activates and you're cornered. Oh shit, it's Julie. You don't see this very often. Old tier list used to put Julie at dead last. I think she's usually considered to be better than that these days. But it's hard to say who's worse than her because Dan's actually not that bad. There's no really obviously bad character in this game. Julie is like a worse Cammy in almost every way. She's got that move where she like flies at you with her foot. Crouch cancel infinite? Crouch cancel few, anyway. She jumps really high, so I don't know if she has a CC infinite. I don't think she does. Junie doesn't, so I think she doesn't either. Junie is like cuter and better. Junie is like maybe a high tier character. Julie's really bad. She's got okay normals, but they're just Cammy normals. And she loses Cammy's drill in favor of this like flying kick, which is... It's really easy to do Vism combos, but it's not very good. The first Alpha was like one of the first games Capcom made. But Alpha 3 came out like way later. The first Alpha was like early 90s, I think. And this game was like very late 90s. I think all the Marvel games, most of the Marvel games came out in the mid 90s. And then Marvel 1 was like 2000, and Marvel 2 was like 2002. Something like that. You can link 2 low strongs with this character, I think. Julie, that is. Sakura is absolutely terrifying. She's one of the most terrifying characters in the game. She's not the best character in the game, but she's terrifying. Her guard damage is really high. Her guard meter is really huge. Her damage is extremely fucking high. She's got that shit. You can like chain into heavy punch. Alpha did well commercially. In arcades, it did everything you can expect a game to do in arcades, and I think the home console ports sold pretty well. Particularly Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo. Or was it Alpha 1? And like Alpha 2 and 3 on the PS1. The neutral of this game looks really cool. Okay, so the way Xism works is you lose some things. For example, you can't air block. You lose some mechanics. But they buff the fuck out of your damage, and you have a super bar that can only use a full super. And the full super does a lot of damage. Anyway, you get really high damage, and you get a really long guard bar. And you get high dizzy and high guard damage, I think. They almost like a bug test for A2, to be honest. A2 is just an updated A1, and then A3 is something different, from what I understand. That link. I've heard it said that A2 is just A1 but finished. This game looks all normal and Street Fighter-ish until someone like does a super, and then things get really weird. Particularly Vism. This one has really low, well, it doesn't have low damage, but it's got really short guard bars. And you have an activate, and the activate is really hard to explain. You have no supers in this mode. You just have the activate. The activate has invincibility and it lets you do really, really big combos. It's basically like a Build-A-Bear super, if you know what I mean. Oh, Stand Fierce whiffed. Sad. See the air block? Only A and B can air block. So you've got like a timer. It's exactly like A-Groove in CVS2. And by exactly, I mean not quite exactly, because you lose the ability to use supers at all. This is the last boss stage, which is also the stage used for all the secret characters. That's Junie, Julie, and Balrog. Nice. Good counter activate. Yeah, A-Groove has like lower damage than Xism, but it's got access to like 3 or 4 supers, depending on your character. Up to 5, and as low as 2? No, C-Groove is like A-ism. A-Groove is like V-ism. But A-ism you can do a level 1, level 2, or level 3 super. As a general rule, the custom combos are busted. There are a few A-ism characters who are about as good as V-ism characters. It's V-Groove, or V-ism. God damn it. Fault these grooves. V-ism is the one that's more like Alpha 2 custom combos. This is V that we're seeing right now. There are certain characters where their A or V are approximately as good as each other. like Chun-Li or Dhalsim, are commonly listed among those. But for most characters, it's seen as completely preferential. Or I mean, completely preferred, I should say, not preferential. It's completely preferred to pick Visum if you want to win. And then there's Guy and Gen, who are actually, they have extremely jank shitty Visum combos and really good supers that they confirm really easily. So for Guy and Gen, you usually pick A. Gen has 4 supers and they're all bonkers. Even the worst one is really good. The worst one is probably the, actually it's probably the finger poke. I was about to say the dive kick. The finger poke is pretty nice. So this is a CC Infinite. Behold. This is why this game isn't seen as a very serious game competitively. He can probably kill with an air throw right now, but he should build some meter. You can combo with air throws. I don't know if they ever banned Visum, but I wouldn't be too surprised. The home console versions of this game removed that crouch cancel infinite, and people actually complained because it ruined the balance of the game. Because good characters don't have that crouch cancel infinite very often, and the bad characters all have it. So the game has worse balance when you remove it. I don't think anyone really likes it, but they like having the low tier characters who rely on it, so they just kind of play around it. That jump like kick box. Oh my god, this Ryu's making reads. Ryu can like guard break you instantly if he corners you. And he's in Visum. Also if he corners you, he has like touch of Dizzy combos. So Ryu's pretty scary if he corners you. If you get hit during Visum, it gets cancelled immediately. I wish you could say that for Ganesian. Akuma's like top tier in this game. He's like top 1. It's like Akuma, Zangief, Dhalsim, Chun-Li, Sodom, I think maybe Kareen. That's generally like the top tier, approximately. Oh my. That combo is absolutely brain dead easy. Sodom is not like top 1. He's like on the low end of top tier. Yeah, Zangief is insane in this game. High but not top. No way. Kuma's number 1. Honda is pretty good in this game. The thing about having a command grab is that in Visum, if you knock someone over, you can combo the knockdown into the command grab. This is a big deal. Honda gets like a looping command grab, for example. He can combo the knockdown of his command grab into another command grab. So he can get like six command grabs in a row. The hop kick is pretty nice. Ryu has it too. Ooh, here we go. He can combo into the demon flip throw as his ender. That's usually the one people use. Not this time. He did the demon flip flop. That's a demon flip follow-up that got removed. Trying to build that meter. Throw a build meter. Nice universal system. Two Ryus. I don't remember if Evil Ryu is in this game as like an unplayable story mode character, or if he's just not in this game at all. Ryu has extremely hard to block setups on cornered opponents. Also, he's got this dank crouch cancel infinite off of his jump strong. So you can't just do crouch cancel infinites like nothing. They have to be on the tail end of a Vism combo. And the thing is, you can't tech flip out during Vism combos, and by never returning to neutral, you can extend that forever. Oh, he misjudged the height. I mean, the damage. Oh, I missed it. Look at this damage. Ryu's really good with corner combos. Oh, he missed it. So the trick there is you have to, in order to not return to neutral, what you have to do is you have to crouch as soon as you land, and then you have to jump without standing. So you've got to move from like down to up within like one frame. All that chip. You can alpha counter out of that, but you need meter to alpha counter. You didn't have any. In this game, they brought back every single character from the original Street Fighter 2, except Balrog. So they added Balrog as a secret character. Oh, Gal wasn't in it either. Oh shit! The console version. It wasn't until the console version they had several characters. They didn't have the super guys. Gal wasn't in it, but it was kind of understood to be in it because Nash was just the Gal replacement, the Gal function. To quote Combo Fiend. But I think this game also didn't have Faye or DJ or T-Hawk. Cammy was given like lore stuff, so she made it back. But the other super characters had to wait until a console version of A3. Yeah, Chip used to be cheap a long time ago. Cheap and Chip used to be interchangeable, but Chip like completely took over. This game is very stylish. Capcom made the alpha sprites and they reused them for like 20 million games. Gotta respect. That's a true anti-air. I think. I think you can't air block DPs. You can only air block air attacks. I think. And I think DPs are even once they're airborne. I don't think DPs are considered air attacks. I don't actually know about once they're airborne. I don't know about DPs. Pretty sure that's just a hard counter though. There aren't that many invincible DPs in this game. Or it's like Street Fighter 3. A lot of them have invincibility, but it's not usually invincibility till hit. Shotos do. So do Adon and Sagat. And I think Kami, and I think this character right here, Julie. What an odd juggle. Excuse me. Yeah, Ryu, if he does, I think it's quarter circle forward taunt. He gets a fake fireball. Start is the taunt button. Mash that CC infinite. Rose's thighs are a fucking lovely thing. Every time I see her standing pose, I'm just like, goddamn. Good blocking. Terrible punish. That was kind of a whack thing to do. A3 is one of my favorite announcers. Rose's Dizzy is pretty good. She can rack up, or not Dizzy, I think her Dizzy is alright. But she can rack up guard damage pretty easily. And she's pretty scary once she gets you to, like, repeated guard break status. Nice. I'm gonna have a chill day tomorrow. I made plans with 2 people. And I'm cooking. Nice confirm. You can't cancel buttons into that activate, I don't think. You've got to do like... That was like a button into activate into a link. She must have all kinds of plus frames. This is like... Oh, nice alpha counter. That setup does a butt ton of guard damage, and I think he has an unblockable with it. Corner unblockable. He can hit with like simultaneous lows and overheads or something with his shadow. Something like that. I don't know. There's a few characters who can do that. Yes, you can combo into command grabs from hard knockdown when you're in Vism. So that was a hard knockdown with the sweep, and then the command grab was the demon flip throw. That was a really neat little combo, showing off the mechanic. A3 has like a near perfect neutral. That's the truth. Street Fighter V is about as far as you can get from this game in terms of neutral. The neutral in this game works literally perfectly. Whoa. Akuma's Tatsu is bonkers in this game. It whiffs pretty quickly, but it's punishable on whiff. Like that. But it does a lot of damage and sets up juggles. Uh-oh. Akuma's pretty frail. He has low health, I think. I think health disparities in this game. And his guard bar is very short. and his dizzy value is very tiny. Tarot cards, soul power that she can cast through a magic scarf. Older lady. Could this perchance be a JoJo reference? God, look at those guard bars. Guard bars are fun. Guard bars are a fun mechanic. Daigo was right. Fuck white damage. We should have had guard bars. I'm not 100% sure Jury is a Jolene reference, but I kind of feel like maybe. That hairstyle. And that troublemaker personality. I don't know. Just gives me that feeling. Jury. Jolene. Joreen. Judy. I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying. SF5 Gil is probably legitimately something that will happen. And I can see them actually pulling the shit where he's different characters depending on which side of the screen he's on. There's stun and there's guard breaks, but there's no stun bar. We saw stun not too long ago. There's guard breaks, which happen if you block too much, and stun, which happens if you get hit too much. Guard breaks just leave you reeling in place a little bit. It still enables a fallout combo. Stun actually knocks you over. It sets you up for a full combo. There's no real point in blocking when you're at super low dizzy like that. So you often see people, if they get really low guard bar, just start blocking like, or just start eating hits like crazy. Nice DP. Can't seem to break that bar. That meteor, that time is getting pretty short. Both of them have been really close to guard breaks so many times, but I don't think anyone's going to get any. Oh, that's it. Goki player just put down his controller. He's like, yo, whatever, I won. Yeah, Vism, if you're doing attacks during Vism, I think they do like no dizzy. Chip in Vism is often insane. Chip in this game is also just like not played out super consistently. Some attacks do a really, really, really high amount of chip for no particular reason. Well, well. That was a fast round. It's pretty good footage. Vism in general is a really, really, really awful looking thing. But it does do some kind of really cool stuff to the game. It lets you be real creative with your combos. The context in which what you're seeing when you do your Vism and what you go for to like combo get the full conversion. There's a lot of different BSM combos you can do. Most people do pretty optimal stuff. And then, there we go. Guard crush and follow up. Having the invincibility in neutral is really fun to play around with. Having like a button pop you can do. Having the resource and using the resource. A2 has a very, very, very toned down Vism. A-ism and Vism are like combined in A2. You can use like, you've got a 3-bar super and you can use 1 bar for like an activate or like 1 bar for like a super. And the activates are very, very, very short. And they've got like fixed motion. It doesn't give you like free motion. They have like huge forward steps. It's really a completely different beast. To be 100% honest, when I play this game, I usually play Ryu or Junie. Ryu in this game is pretty fun. Vism Ryu looks really cool, but I usually play Vism Ryu. I usually just hold it down with my regular ass footsies in neutral. Karini's like low-key top tier in this game. She's fun too. She's got like everything. You can be any kind of player and make Karin work for you. This game has something like crush counters, and I think Alpha 2 did as well. No. Did Alpha 2 have counter hits at all? Did it acknowledge counter hits? I don't remember. This game has something that's like crush counters. If you counter hit with a lighter or medium, you get your extra frames, but if you counter hit with a heavy, the game actually freezes to show you your hit. So it treats all counter hit heavies as hit confirms. And then you can change up what you're doing based on that. You can do like an errant stand fierce, and then see they got the counter hit, see the freeze, and then decide to cancel it. And it makes a big old noise too, yeah. There's some really neat stuff you can do because the hit stun is way longer. Like you get a lot of new combos. So for example, if you're Sakura, this is one example I like. You can do Stand Fierce cancel to a Hadouken, which is a decent little string. But if you get the counter hit, you can do Stand Fierce, react to the counter hit, and then do a very charged Hadouken. Pretty much. It depends. It depends on your character. I was talking about this earlier. As a general rule, everyone uses V-ism as their best ism. But Guy and Gen like A-ism better, and then there's a bunch of characters who are about equally competent with green and blue. X-ism though, the red one, is best on pretty much no one. A-ism isn't usually bad. V-ism is usually a smidge better. Nah, Sakura you see a lot of X-ism. Chun-Li you see X-ism. Adon you see X-ism. Chun-Li and Adon actually turn into pretty weird characters in X-ism because a lot of their tools change. Adon and X-ism, if you hit a kick midair, that's the motion for his Jaguar kick. I'm not joking. The motion for Jaguar kick is kick while jumping. So depending on whether you do back jump, forward jump, or neutral jump, and depending on which of the 3 kicks you hit, you can get really easy Jaguar kicks at a lot of different heights, like even instant air. And it just gives him really, really bizarre air mobility, which is kind of good. Yeah, but if you want to do jump hard kick, you're fucked. X system is usually just used as training wheels into the game, since X system characters is usually pretty easy to play. Really close to Dizzy was Akuma. There it is. If Ryu does this combo perfectly, it loses no height. It actually gains height. If it looks like the opponent's about to fall out, he can, if he can get to 50%, he can reactivate and get a bunch of extra height with his new combo. VSM combos are some of the hardest things in this game, and Guy doesn't need to learn any. So Guy's not that bad. The stuff he has to do is kind of weird, though. Yeah, a lot of the infinites actually lose height. So like the opponent Ryu's kind of lucky because he's got a two-hitter normal, but a lot of infinites the opponent slowly falls as the infinites going. But the trick is the character can build 50% before the opponent successfully falls all the way down, and then they can just reactivate and do it again. They can just keep the opponent juggling like that. I'm getting a little sleepish. Yeah, the infinites are hard to do. Come on, hanging on by a thread, dude. Ah. If you got the guard crush there, it was actually pretty hard to do anything out of it. DP is one of the worst ways to guard crush the opponent, because it's got quite a lot of recovery. And guard crush recoil is pretty short. CBS2, Shmebius2. Counter activate, invincible move. He saw that Akuma was doing activate into invincible move, and he was like, I can out invincible you. Here's some invincibility, here's some more. Pretty sure it stands for special. They're both Aism. So Rose is actually really unique because one of her Aism supers is basically Vism. And how much she charges it is how long it lasts. So you've got level 3, that was a level 2 super. You've got a level 3 bar, and you can use either level 1 supers, level 2 supers, or level 3 supers. But certain supers can only be done as level 3. That was a level 3 super right there. But there's no C groove style combos where you can do level 2 into level 1. Or like level 2 into combos. Nothing like that. It's just like a linear progression. Level 1s are weak-ish, level 2s are strong-ish, level 3s are really strong. Nice. That super ends in a soul throw. That's a real soul throw. That was kind of cool. Custom combos are just Genei, but no, I mean Sayambu. They're Sayambu. But the opponent can't tech flip out all the time that you're doing them. And all attacks on airborne opponents suddenly juggle instead of resetting. Or rather, that's just how this game works in general. Yeah, it is like a Genei and Sayambu combined. There's the... This is it. That's your super that is just Vism. Slides are real good in this game. This is a game where it's like, what if everything was safe? And Street Fighter V is a game where it's like, what if everything was unsafe? It's like hard to have a bad slide. If you space your slide even a little bit, it'll probably be good. It's hard to have a bad fireball. It's honestly kind of hard to have a bad jump. Oh lord. Ryu has re-disease. Ah. Gross. That's level 1 super. Ryu's dizzy is bonkers in the corner. It's bonkers in general. Nikuma's dizzy bar is really short. Air blocking helps, but it's not a catch-all. The guard break. He was trying to get a punish, but the guard break was pretty good too. Every time you break the opponent's guard, not only do you get a follow-up combo, or, you know, the rest of the combo you're going for when you guard broke, but you also shorten the opponent's guard bar significantly. Also, using an alpha counter cuts down your guard bar too. I don't know how to explain Dizzy in this game. Look, it's Sagat. We all like this character, don't we? I don't like this Sagat theme. I love Sagat's theme in Alpha 2. The stage is god tier. Wake up super like a boss. Hanging on by a thread. That was a combo. Strong has lots of plus frames. Tiger. Then I was all like, Tiger, Tiger. It's the last I ever heard of that guy. It's not fair, dude. Tigers are this endangered ass species, and Sagat just wants to genocide them all. So much for Sagat. Nice juggle. Wonder we could have canceled the second one into an uppercut. Or the first one. Nice reflect. I really like Sagat's Street Fighter 4 voice, to be honest. I forget the actor. He's like a somewhat known video game voice actor. He's one of the more famous people who worked on the game. I saw an interview with him. It was pretty neat. It's so hard to hear what Rose is saying as Reflect and Soul Spark. Sounds like she's saying like Desiree and I need to hear the Soul Spark again. Dolsfa. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like Dolsfa. Nice anti-air. Pew. Oh, nice punish, nerd. Let me block your level 3 super and punish you with a throw. It's true. If they're gonna have old men, they might as well have old women. I was gonna say having old women in a fighting game is just, you know, counterintuitive to counter to reality. But old men is equally counter to reality. Maybe not equally. It is a sad truth that having women in the same league as men is in a fighting game already doesn't make sense. Oh, dropped it. But in a universe where there's like magic and fucking fireballs and shit, it makes a lot more sense. That Sagat laugh animation's so godlike. I firmly believe that Yoda never ever should have been shown fighting at any point during the Star Wars series. He gave up too easily on the pacifism thing, or not pacifism, but like he gave up too easily on diplomacy against uh Sidious. There's this big lingering question with Yoda. It's like, well, how's he even gonna fight? He's like fucking 2 feet tall. And I didn't need that question answered because it was as ridiculous as I was expecting. He fought Dooku and then he fought Sidious. He fought Dooku in 2 and Sidious in 3. He actually didn't try to diplomacy either of them, did he? He literally, with Dooku, he was just like, already words are useless. It is clear, it is not our knowledge of the Force, but our ways with the lightsaber. And Yoda just fucking bites immediately. No, I'm not saying that Yoda shouldn't have known how to fight. He should have known how to fight. It's just we shouldn't have ever seen it. We should have been left wondering. If anything, the way they should have done Yoda is that he's so good with the Force that he didn't even need the fucking lightsaber. Keeps it round to cut up fruit and shit. That was kind of heavy. Note that it launched. I watched a few episodes of Star Wars Rebels, and to be honest, it's really good too. It's so weird to rewatch episode 4, and that guy's just like, your ancient religion. But there were like Jedi all over the galaxy like 20 years ago. I guess the religion is still ancient, but the line is just really awkward. Everyone acts like Jedi aren't even a thing. It's like, shit, there were a whole bunch of them. Everyone acts like fucking Jedi are like, you know, it's like, oh my god, he's the last Jedi. They need more blow-ups in the Star Wars series. I want some big ass motherfucker talking shit, and then I want a Jedi to show up and just like, bloop bloop bloop, done. Episode 7 took that in like the opposite direction. Episode 7 made everything more fair. I think it was Rey, but I could be completely wrong. I didn't like her. I didn't like her one bit. She like almost killed the whole movie for me. It was critical plot details that almost killed the whole movie for me. But most of the critical plot details were built around her. Nice. She's very much whatever the plot demands, which is annoying. Yeah, I saw that light punch. It was good. Need something fast to hit there. It's not even that there were just critical plot details that I feel like were handled wrongly. It's that they were so easily fixed that makes me so mad. A lot of the stuff with Kylo Ren and Rey. Anakin was pretty flawed. Rey is like without flaw. Luke is a better example of a Mary Sue. But both Anakin and Luke are like as much plot devices as they are characters. That jab. Thing about Luke and Anakin is they had crazy high force powers because that's just something inherent to you, but it didn't make them good at everything. It just made them really good at some things, and then they still had to learn a whole lot. They were shamed. You know what I mean? They were shown humility. Both Anakin and Luke got moments where it was just like, I am not strong enough, not even close. And they both got several of them. Rey never got that. Rey was already strong enough to fight a fucking guy who'd been training for fucking years and years. The first time she picked up a lightsaber. I feel like that makes Luke work a lot better. It's the fact that he was not good enough and he had to learn to be good enough. I like Luke. Yeah, Luke's one of Luke's roles was to be the guy who like never left his home planet, so he didn't really know a lot of the. He was to ground the viewer. Luke didn't really know what anything was either. But one of the nice things about Star Wars that helped it create such a nice universe was that Luke knew a lot of things about the world that the player, I mean not the player, the viewer doesn't know and never learns about. You know, we don't know what the hell a Kessel Run is. Luke knew what a Kessel Run is. We never learn. Maybe if you read the expanded universe, you learn. But explaining everything makes the universe feel very small. Star Wars, Clone Wars seems to imply that Jedi are basically impossible to hurt by falling because they just fucking force lift themselves whenever they get near the bottom. Force push the ground. You can see a lot of instances in Clone Wars of people jumping down really fucking high paths and just being alright. And then you take fucking Palpatine, you throw him down a pit. Did he die? I guess it was down into a fucking reactor or some shit. I mean, I'm pretty clear on the fact that he died, but you know, retroactively, that makes it seem like maybe that wasn't enough to kill him. Luke said the Kessel Run was impossible. Wasn't that Luke? That's impossible. Someone said that's impossible. I feel like it was Luke. I think the expanded universe makes that Kessel Run line canon, and something Han really did. But I much prefer the idea that Han was just making shit up. That's a much more Han thing to me. He's saying fucking the Zism is making this look like a cleaner, simpler game. No, I've never listened to any Star Wars radio dramas. Han has been like retconned to be like too heroic. I like him much better as an asshole who got caught up in an ugly mess. A little above Ryu in tier? Yeah, Ryu's like high and Akuma's top. It's like Akuma, Dhalsim, and Chun-Li, I think, are top three. I think. Don't quote me. I haven't seen the tier list in a while. Chun-Li might not be super high. She is top tier, I think. Starting to be a sleepy bath. Video's almost over. I know fuck all about Alpha 2 tiers. I know Rose is like top one. Or I don't know if she's the best one, but she's the stupidest. Watch out for them guard breaks. Ryu's pretty scary when he can guard break you. This is full danger mode right here. This is like an infinite. This is actually like an infinite. Managed to flip out in a good way. Yup. No good way out of that. Can't block your way out anymore. Han didn't even do anything between episode 5 and episode 6. That's the worst part. He was just chilling in Carbonite. Never get down to low guard bar in this game because stupid things become possible. You can destroy characters with low guard bar. Matches effectively end when one character gets super low guard bar for a lot of matchups. You couldn't block that or else you'd guard break, so you deliberately ate it. I like stuff like that. This is now really bad for Ryu. Now it's really bad for Ryu. Now it's really fucking bad for Ryu. He can't block any of this. Yeah. Oh, that's it, huh? No, it's fun. It's cool. I like the way it works. I don't want to watch that much more, but I see some Super Gem Fighter. And I kind of want to watch that. Look, it's Lele, also known as Shinko. Normals are so comically small in this game. I mean, this is technically building meter. Okay. The chains in this game are really bizarre. So Geef has Green Hand. He's got SPD and he's got Lariat. I think everyone has 3 special moves. And Shenko has Toss Object and what? Swing? I don't know what that is. And Gong. She's got Gong. Super Gem Fighter is like the greatest video game if you've never heard of it before. So every time you hit the opponent, gems fall out of them. And if you pick up the gems, your special moves power up. So now Shenko's got level 2 red, level 2 yellow, and level 3 blue. Level 3 blue is the Gong. Level 3 red is the item throw. So now her item throw is really, really strong. And her Gong is really, really strong. Both in terms of damage and like properties. Ground spikes, that's what that is. Yeah, I see it now. Damn, you can't catch a break with those supers. This game's so cute. So at the bottom of the screen, we've got our special move levels. Top of the screen, we got our super meter. We got our health bars. I don't know what the hell those things in the middle are. It's like a bomb and like a fucking, I don't know. There's some weird shit going on in this game. Picking up gems, even if you've got full gems, picking up gems helps you because other people don't get those gems. The other player. That Seaman Demon is one of the characters from one of the stages of Empire Savior. It's Tamasa, also known as Tessa, from Red Earth. There's a treasure chest in the middle. And the treasure chest contains some gems. So getting the early hits usually lets you get the treasure chest. Who can grab that initial screen position? I think she wasn't actually. Oh yeah, she was in SVC. Warzord characters appeared in SVC. This character occurred in this game, and then also Capcom Fighting Evolution had 4 of them. Yeah, that Chibi Talman is kind of cute. The backgrounds of this game are phenomenal. When you get a kill, you get to pick up all the gems chilling on the screen. I don't think you de-level or anything from taking damage. She's got a real big dragon. Shinko has level 3 everything. Turn into a dragon. What a bitch. Oh shit, that's Dimitri on the ground. That Dragon Super is kind of godlike. So what are the three buttons? I'm guessing one of them is a punch and one of them is a kick. What else we got? What's S? The transformations for the strings are so cool and cute. There's a lot of different sequences too. You've got the blue. This is Sled Bison level. We got Bishamon in that igloo there. There's a big on a sled too. Capcom needs to fucking... Capcom needs to make a sequel to this game. I see Sasquatch up there hanging from the chairlift. Yeah, we do need less exploiting Nash. And more of this shit, whatever this shit is. Man, fucking Shenko is real cute. The little pouch she has literally all the time, and the angle that she puts her head at when she's standing neutral are both extremely cute. Skeef can't land a super. Rare footage of Geef being an actual wrestler. No, I did not hear about that. That is a cute pout, honestly. I never see the strings completed. It's weird, the final hits of the strings often can't be comboed at all in any context. I don't know if they have an inherent mix-up or what, if it's like the last hit of the string is like a low versus an overhead. All of them seem to be hit grabs. Look at that pout. Tashi no Kachi. That means it's my victory. The roster of this game makes maybe the least sense of any fighting game. Got her. So Buki's got her air kunai, she's got her penguin kicks, and she's got her DP, it appears. Cute. I see Balrog back there peering in what appears to be on Bison and Cammy, like a fucking dad and daughter. There's what's his name? Donovan's little girl, Anita, I think, chilling in the back there. I see a plasma sword reference. Isn't that the game that Hayato is from? I don't know. I don't even know if Hayato's from anything. I see Baby Bonnie Hood. I see Jay Talman. Wasn't Anita playable in some game? I wonder what Ryu's 3 special moves will be in this game. It's a shame we'll literally never find out. That tiny Hadoken. This game is damn cute. The timer seems to be a big issue. I wonder if the mix-up in this game isn't very good. They're running the clock almost every single match. Felicia sleeps like a cat, who would have guessed? I don't know who that is in the chair there. It might be the lion guy from Red Earth. I see Lilith. Who's that little fucking sunsun who floats up there? Hit him and they give you gems. Seems to be a universal mechanic for every level. Not really a whiff punish. I wonder if Shadaloo ever do stuff together. All I know is there's a weird mutual respect between Vega and Bison, and that Vega and Balrog hate each other. And Balrog treats um Balrog treats M. Bison like his boss that he doesn't like. And then I think Sagat dislikes all of them. And all of them dislike Sagat. But they all tolerated each other. Street Fighter 5 story mode seemed to indicate that both Balrog and Vega don't like Fong very much. And Bison likes Fong. And Fong likes Bison and doesn't like Vega or Balrog. Remember when Fong literally murdered someone in the story? That was pretty tight. I'm not used to Shadaloo doing actual evil shit. And then Fong killed a man. Well, a woman. Fong deadass killed someone, dude. No regret. Damn, just like that, she's at max level for all of them. I don't care how it was shown. Fong deadass killed someone. That's the kind of person Fong is. He'll kill someone like it's nothing. Didn't give a shit. Pretty much everyone. Akuma has killed, in canon, Gen, who he didn't actually kill, Gouken, who he didn't actually kill, and Bison, who he did actually kill, but got a new body, and Gil, who just used Resurrection after Akuma already left, and also Adon, who was retconned to being alive. So Akuma's kill list right now is literally Gotetsu and no one else. Akuma has killed one person in canon who has not yet been revealed to be alive still. And to be honest, the one person that Akuma killed was an old man. In Street Fighter 5. Gen's not in Street Fighter 5. You mean by Street Fighter 5? Gen's ending and Akuma's ending do not acknowledge Gen dying in Street Fighter 4, which is the most chronologically recent game. So stands to logic they're both still alive. Oh shit, I didn't play Akuma's story mode. If Gen's in it and if he died, then I guess Gen's dead, but... This sounds like it's worth investigating. 3 is more recent, but Gen is not referenced at all in 3. The most recent reference of Gen is in Street Fighter 4, where he is alive. Five and 3 occur within a few months of each other. It's 453. Interesting combos. Chun-Li's always been listed as enjoying target shooting. Chun-Li likes firing a gun. But it's still kind of weird to see her holding a gun, even though she's done it in Street Fighter, actually. Chun-Li's occasionally shown using a gun. And these errant supers. There's like little details you can kind of gather from the various endings of Street Fighter 3, and also the expanded content. Akuma beat the fuck out of Gil, and then left. Dudley made it to Gil, got his car back, and bounced, so he forfeited the tournament. Akuma made it to Gil, and killed him, but he resurrected, but Akuma bounced, so Akuma forfeited the tournament. I think Alex, is the canon one, who actually found Gil and beat him up, and won. Dudley's like a celebrity. It's easy to forget that. Dudley's considered to be, in the universe, one of the strongest fighters, if not, like, you know, the strongest. Dudley had better shit to do than being there. Dudley's power level in lore is quite high. Suddenly looks fun. I like how that Tenshokaku was a fucking vertical spinning bird kick. The hell is that super? He did it again. I can't figure out what's supposed to happen for that super. I want to see it work. Let's summon some bikes. The way Chun plays looks really silly. Dash, jab, 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 dash, jab, jab, jab. This is almost certainly a deliberate Jill reference. Characters hella turn into stuff in this game. We're not seeing a whole lot of them because not all of them are super practical in match. But you have a lot of attacks that turn you into different things. Like that one just turned him into a fucking Japanese schoolgirl. Giving the opponent a love note. Oh, he got it off. Cute. That's probably a running bear. Do we know what time period Darkstalkers takes place in? Is it concurrent to Street Fighter? Or is it like way in the past or way in the future or what? There's probably detail about that somewhere. Baby Bonnyhood has a bunch of modern weaponry. Squished. GG. That's true. We don't know how time passes in fucking Makai. And the Sabuki's killing it. Turns into Relento to throw the star. Maybe items are really shitty. I saw a bomb get thrown one time. Uh, that air star looks real annoying. I mean that in a good way. The black orb thingy is definitely a bomb. I can see a fuse on it. Turns into a geisha and then turns into a uh, I don't know, a shamisen player. Turns into a samurai. Broke to pieces. Metal. That's how you actually play Ibuki in Street Fighter 3. We haven't even seen that much of the cast. Dizzy. His Dizzy punish was 2 jabs. Not even a jump in. I like how she can throw like a Tanuki statue. Yeah, playing the shamisen. I feel when you get a Dizzy and it drops your super cancel. Buki's got all this hyper traditional Japanese shit. What was that? He's really trying to land that. That's her chargeable move. Alright, looks like it's time for me to hit the sack. Wait, no. That was only round 2. I know this game has infinites, and the infinites are based around landing air throws on the opponent, which cause wall bounces, because then you can just repeatedly air throw them. That's it. I'm going to bed. Sleepy.